Hello, my dear friend, and welcome to the VUS Learning English podcast. My name is Anna, and I am so happy you are here today. If you are a returning listener, welcome back. It is so good to have you with us again. If this is your first time here, welcome. We are so happy you found us. This is a warm and safe place for you to learn. Today, we are talking about something very important. We are talking about a new way to learn English, a faster way, a kinder way. This episode is for you if you feel stuck. Maybe you study a lot, but you cannot speak. Does that sound like you? If yes, then this episode will help you, I promise. Thank you so much for joining me today. Your time is a gift. And I am so grateful you are sharing it with me. Before we begin, I want to invite you to do something small. If you enjoy our time together, please give this a like, or a follow, or subscribe. When you do this, you help our podcast grow. It helps other English learners just like you find our little community. Thank you, my friend. I am always so curious. Where are you listening from today? Are you in Sri Lanka? Or maybe France? Or Poland? Or somewhere else in our beautiful world? It is amazing to think we are all connected through English. Thank you for being part of this global family. Okay, are you ready? Let's begin. I want you to think about your English journey. How did it start? For many of us, it started in a classroom, a schoolroom with a teacher and a big book, a grammar book. You probably spent years in that classroom, maybe even many, many years, decades for some of us. And in that room, you learned rules, so many rules, grammar rules. You learned about verbs and nouns and prepositions. You memorized long lists of words. You filled pages and pages of notebooks with verb tables. Go, went, gone, see, saw, seen, do, did, done. Does this feel familiar? You can probably pass a written test. Maybe you get a very high score. You can circle the correct answer. You know if it should be in or on or at. On paper, you look like a perfect English student. Your teacher is proud of you. You feel smart. You have all the books. You have charts on your wall. You have apps on your phone. You have all the knowledge. You know so much about English. But then the real moment comes, the moment you want to speak. A native speaker comes to you. Maybe they are a tourist, or a new coworker, or just a friendly person in a coffee shop. They smile, and they ask you something simple. Something like, how's it going? Or, what did you do this weekend? And what happens in your mind? It goes completely blank. It is empty. Silence. You freeze. Your body feels tight. Your heart beats fast. All those grammar rules you learned, they come rushing into your head. It feels like a storm. A cloud of angry bees. Your brain starts working so hard. It is not trying to connect, it is trying to be perfect. Your mind is searching, frantically searching. Okay, what is the right tense? Should I use the present perfect? Or the past simple? What is the correct word order? What preposition do I need? You are not communicating, you are calculating. You are trying to solve a math problem in your head. You are building a sentence, slowly, carefully. You want it to be the perfect sentence, no mistakes. But while you are doing this, the moment passes. The friendly person is waiting. They see you are struggling. They smile, maybe a little awkwardly now. The conversation moves on, or it just ends. And you are left standing there, feeling terrible, feeling like a failure, feeling like all your hard work was for nothing. Have you ever felt this way? If you have, please know you are not alone. So many of us have felt this exact same way. I know this feeling. I know it very, very well, because for years I was you. I was trapped in that same cycle, that painful cycle of study, freeze, and fail. I believed that fluency was a prize you earned after you mastered every grammar rule. I thought, first I will learn all the grammar, then I will be able to speak. But I was wrong, completely, totally wrong. And this belief was the thing that was stopping me. What if I told you something surprising? What if I told you that the real way to learn English fast has almost nothing to do with those grammar books? What if I told you the secret is not about knowledge? What if the secret to speaking English is all about courage? This idea might feel strange, but please stay with me. Let me explain. For so many of us, our English story starts in a school, a place with structure, a place with rules, a place with right answers and wrong answers. We are given big textbooks. They are full of sentence diagrams, those strange drawings of sentences with lines and branches. They are full of endless lists of irregular verbs. They have very complex explanations for tenses that even native speakers do not think about. We are taught that English is a subject, like math or history. We think it is a pile of facts we have to memorize, a set of formulas we have to apply. And so we do what we are told. We study. We highlight our books with bright colors. We make hundreds of flashcards. We spend long nights staring at verb tables, trying to burn them into our memory. We become like architects of sentences. We carefully design each sentence. We follow the blueprints from the textbook. Our teachers praise us. They say, "Good job, perfect sentence." We get high scores on our tests. We get A's. On paper, we are excellent students. On paper, it looks like we are learning English. But here's the problem. Language is not an architectural drawing. It is not a building made of bricks and cement. Language is a river, a living, breathing river. It flows. It changes. It is messy. It is intuitive. It is alive. And the grammar first way of learning, it teaches us how to build dams. It teaches us how to stop the water, to control it, to analyze it. It does not teach us how to swim. It does not teach us how to jump in the river and feel the water. It does not teach us how to move with the flows. This is what I call the grammar trap. It is like a prison made with good intentions. The teachers, the books, they all want to help, but the method creates a prison for your mind. The bars of this prison are the grammar rules, the rules you have worked so hard to memorize. Every time you want to speak, you have to check your words against these bars. You think, is this sentence correct? Does it fit through the bars of the rules? Wait, is this the right tense? Should I use in or on? This conversation in your head, this constant checking, this self-correction, it is exhausting. It makes your brain so tired. And it is the real reason you freeze. It is the reason your mind goes blank. There's a name for this feeling. Scientists call it language anxiety. It is a specific kind of fear, a fear that happens when you try to speak a new language. It makes your brain feel foggy. It feels like a kind of performance anxiety, like you are on a stage and you forgot your lines. We become so scared of being judged, scared of making a mistake, scared of looking stupid. And because of that fear, we choose the only safe option. We choose silence. we say nothing. The desire to avoid a small mistake becomes stronger than the desire to communicate. Becomes stronger than the desire to connect with another person. This is the grammar trap, and it is very, very powerful. But here's the most important thing I will say today. Are you listening closely? If you are in this trap, it is not your fault. Let me say that again. It is not your fault. You did nothing wrong. You were just taught to focus on the wrong thing. You were a good student. You followed the rules. Traditional education in many places is designed to help you pass tests. It is not designed to make you a confident speaker. A test can measure if you can circle the right verb. A test can measure if you remember a rule. But a test cannot measure your ability to share a story. A test cannot measure your ability to make a new friend. A test cannot measure your ability to connect with another human being. We are told a lie. The lie is that fluency is a destination, a place you arrive at after you learn all the grammar. But the truth is the exact opposite. Fluency is the path you take. It is the journey itself. Think of it this way. Grammar is a map. A map can be useful sometimes. It gives you a general idea of the land. But communication, speaking, listening, connecting. Communication is the engine. It is the car that actually moves you forward. You can stare at a map for 10 years, but you will not go anywhere. To travel, you need to start the engine. You need to start moving. You have not failed because you cannot speak fluently. You are the product of a broken method. A method that gave you a map but forgot to give you an engine. You have been trying to learn how to swim by reading a book about water. It is a good book. It has lots of facts about water, but it will never teach you how to swim. To learn to swim, you must get in the water. It is time to get in the river. It is time to start the engine. And I will show you how. Section 2, My Story of Failure. I want to share my own story with you. I want you to know that I understand. I have been where you are now. My English story started in a small town. I had a very big dream. It sounded a little foolish at the time. I did not have teachers who were native speakers. I did not have money for expensive courses. I could not travel to an English-speaking country. All I had was a pile of old books, secondhand grammar books. And I had a big, burning desire in my heart. My dream was to one day speak English fluently. I wanted to connect with the big, wide world, the world I had only seen in movies, the world I had only read about in books. For me, English was not just a school subject, it was a key to a door, and I wanted to unlock that door so badly. So I started building my bridge to that world. I thought the bridge was made of grammar. So I started laying down grammar bricks. One painful grammar brick at a time. I was a very good student. A very diligent student. I treated my grammar books like they were holy. Like they were the most important books in the world. I memorized every rule. I memorized every exception to the rule. And I even memorized the exceptions to the exceptions. My notebooks were beautiful. They were filled with color-coded charts. Blue for nouns, red for verbs, green for prepositions. I could diagram a sentence with my eyes closed. I spent hours and hours drilling verbs. I would say them again and again. Go, went, gone. See, saw, seen. Do, did, done. Eat, ate, eaten. I thought this was the way. And on paper, my progress was amazing. My written tests were almost perfect. 100. 99. I was always the top student in my class. I felt proud. I felt so smart. I felt like I was really succeeding. I thought, I am learning English so well. But my bridge was a bridge to nowhere, and it was beautiful. It was perfectly designed, but it did not connect to anything real. Every time I tried to use my English in the real world, the whole bridge collapsed. It fell into the water. I remember the first time so clearly. A tourist stopped me on the street. He had a kind face and a big backpack. He wanted directions to the train station. A simple question. But in my head, a hurricane started. A grammar hurricane. My mind started racing. Okay, I thought to myself. He asked his question in the past tense. Where did you say, so I should respond in the past tense too? No, that's not right. I should use the imperative, go straight. Or is it more polite to say, you should go straight? Is it on this street or in this street? Wait, what is the word for corner? Is it turn at the corner? Oh no, I forgot the word. While all of this crazy calculation was happening in my head, the tourist just stood there. He smiled, but it was an awkward smile. He could see I was frozen. Then he just said, thanks anyway. He waved and walked off. He probably asked someone else. I was left standing on the sidewalk, alone. My heart was pounding in my chest. I felt so much shame. My face was hot. All my knowledge, all my perfect test scores, all my color-coded charts, they were completely useless. I had a library of rules in my head, a whole library, but I could not give one simple direction. I felt like a fraud, a total fake. And this kept happening. It was not just one time. It happened again and again. It happened in a job interview. It was for a great job, a job that required basic English skills. I practiced for days. I wrote down my answers to common questions. Tell me about yourself. What are your strengths? I memorized my perfect answers. The interview started. The first few questions were easy. I gave my rehearsed answers. I felt confident. I'm doing it, I thought. But then the interviewer asked me a question I did not expect. An easy question. What book have you read recently? And I froze. Again, the bridge collapsed. The words would not come out. They were stuck in my throat. I started to stammer. Read. I was searching for words. I could feel the heat rising in my face again. That terrible feeling of shame. I could see the look in his eyes. It was not anger, it was disappointment. He just nodded slowly and moved to the next question. I did not get the job. Of course not. I felt so defeated. But the real breaking point, the moment that changed everything for me, came during a trip. I had saved money for months to take this trip. It was my first time in an English-speaking country. I was so excited. I thought, this is it. This is where all my years of hard work will finally pay off. I will be able to talk to people. I was sitting in a small, cozy cafe. I was reading a book to look smart. An elderly woman was sitting at the table next to me. She had a very kind smile and silver hair. She turned to me and she said something about the book I was reading. Oh, that's a wonderful author, she said. What do you think of the book so far? This was it. This was the moment I had dreamed of. A real, natural, spontaneous conversation. She was not a teacher. She was not an examiner. She was not judging me. She was just a kind person making a connection. But the old panic returned. It came back with a vengeance. It was stronger than ever. The grammar trap snapped shut around my mind. My brain went into overdrive. It started calculating again. Okay, she asked, what do you think? Present tense. I need to give my opinion. I should use an intelligent word, not just good. What is a better word? Fascinating? Intriguing? I must construct a perfect sentence to impress her. I wanted to sound so smart, so fluent, so impressive. But while I was searching for the perfect words, the silence grew longer. She was just waiting patiently. And all that came out of my mouth was a weak, quiet mumble. I looked down at my book and said, yes is good. Yes is good. That was it. After all my years of study, after all my dreams of connection. The kind woman just smiled. She nodded, and she turned back to her coffee. The moment was over. The connection was lost. And in that silence, I felt a deep, deep sadness, a profound despair. It felt like my heart was breaking. I had spent years and years collecting tools, hammers and saws and nails, grammar rules and vocabulary lists, but I had never learned how to build anything, not even a small conversation. I had an arsenal of weapons, but I had no courage to enter the battle. I sat there in that cafe, and I finally realized the truth, the simple, powerful truth. The problem was not my English. My English knowledge was huge. The problem was my approach to English, my mindset. I had been so obsessed with being perfect, obsessed with not being wrong, that I had completely forgotten how to be real, how to be a human. Section 3, the solution, the real engine of learning. That day in the cafe was a very sad day, but it was also the most important day of my English journey. That was the day I decided to change. I decided to stop obsessing over grammar. I decided to let go of perfection. The moment I abandoned my grammar obsession was the moment I truly started to learn. It felt like I had been carrying a heavy backpack for years, a backpack filled with heavy grammar books. And on that day, I finally took it off. I let it fall to the ground. And suddenly, I could move. I could breathe. I felt so light. I discovered that the secret to learning fast was not about adding more rules to the backpack. It was about shifting my focus completely. It was about changing my entire mindset. I needed to move from being an analyst to being a person, from intellectual analysis to human connection. This new way, this better way, is built on 5 core principles. These are not more rules to memorize. No, they are philosophies. They are new ways of thinking. These 5 principles are the real engine of learning. They are the engine that will move you to fluency much faster than any textbook. Are you ready to learn them? Let's start. Principle 1, find your why, fall in love with the process. For many years, I treated English like a chore, like cleaning the house, or doing homework I did not like. I thought, I have to study English today. This is a terrible way to learn anything. Your brain does not like chores. It is very hard to learn when you are bored or when you feel forced. But your brain is amazing. It is wired to remember things that are emotionally important to you. It is wired to remember things you love. When you are having fun, when you are interested, when you are curious, your brain opens up. It soaks up information like a sponge in water. So the first step is to stop seeing English as a subject. It is not a box to check. You must start seeing English as a tool, a vehicle, a key to unlock your passions. The question is not, How do I learn English? Yeah, that is the wrong question. The right question is, what do I love? What am I passionate about? And how can English help me love it more? Remember my story about building a bridge? The bridge needs to connect to something you want. What is on the other side of the bridge for you? What is your big, beautiful reason for learning? This is your why. Let's think of some examples. Do you love movies? Really love them? Then stop watching dubbed versions in your language. Start watching them in English. Hear the real voices of the actors. At first, it will be hard. So start with subtitles in your native language. Just listen to the sounds of English. Then, when you feel a little more comfortable, change the subtitles to English. You will read and listen at the same time. You will connect the written word to the spoken word. And finally, one day, you will watch with no subtitles at all, and you will understand. Imagine that feeling. That is a powerful why. Or maybe you love cooking. Do you love to make delicious food? Then follow recipes from international chefs on YouTube or TikTok. Watch them in English. You will learn the vocabulary of food. Words like chop, stir, bake, delicious. You will not learn them from a boring list. You will learn them from a real person. A person who is making something wonderful. You will connect the word delicious to the image of delicious food. That is a strong connection. What about your hobbies? Are you passionate about science, or history, or video games, or fashion, or gardening? Guess what? The vast majority of the world's content is in English. The newest discoveries in science, the most interesting discussions about history, the global community for your favorite video game. It is all happening in English. Learning English gives you a front row seat. It gives you a VIP ticket to the world of your passion. So please, take some time today. Find your why, your real, deep, personal why. Connect English to something you genuinely love. When English becomes the tool you use to enjoy your passion, learning stops being a study session. It starts being life. You will not need to force yourself to practice. You will be pulled toward it because it is fun, because it is joyful. This is the most powerful fuel for your engine. Principle 2, communicate, don't calculate. This principle is about changing your goal. The single biggest mistake that we learners make is trying to calculate sentences before we speak. Remember my story in the cafe? I was calculating. I was trying to solve a math problem. I was assembling a puzzle in my head, making sure every single piece was perfect. This way of speaking is slow, it is unnatural, and it is paralyzing. It makes you freeze. I want you to think about how you speak your native language when you talk to your family or friends. Are you thinking about grammar rules? Are you thinking, okay, I need a subject, then a verb? Of course not. That would be crazy. You think about the idea, the feeling, the message you want to share, and the words just flow. They flow from the idea, not from a formula. Your goal is to learn to do this in English, to switch from being a sentence architect to being a communicator, a connector. And how do you do this? The answer is simple, but it is not easy. You must speak. You must communicate. From day one, right now. I can hear your thoughts. I know what you are thinking. But Anna, I can't. I don't know enough words. My grammar is terrible. I will make so many mistakes. I will sound stupid. My answer to you is good. Yes, good. Sound stupid. It is a requirement for fluency. It is a necessary step. every single fluent English speaker you admire. Every person you look at and think, wow, their English is amazing, was once a beginner who sounded stupid, a beginner who made thousands of mistakes. Mistakes are not a sign of failure. This is so important. Please let this idea sink into your heart. Mistakes are a sign that you are trying. Mistakes are a sign that you are being brave. Mistakes are the stepping stones to fluency. Imagine a baby learning to walk. The baby stands up and falls down again and again. Does the mother say, "You failed, stop trying"? No. The mother says, "Good job, try again." Every fall is progress. Your mistakes in English are your falls. They are not failures, they are progress. The goal of your first conversations is not to be correct. Let me repeat that. The goal is not to be correct. The goal is to be understood. Did the other person get your message? Even if your grammar was messy? If the answer is yes, then you succeeded. You won. That is a huge victory. That is the only thing that matters in the beginning. Communication, not perfection. Maybe you said, "I go to store yesterday." The grammar is wrong. It should be, "I went to the store yesterday." But did the other person understand you? Yes. So you communicated, you succeeded. With every conversation, even the messy ones. You are training your brain. You are teaching it a new habit. You are teaching it to stop calculating and start connecting. We are just getting started on this journey. We are rebuilding your entire approach to English. If this is already starting to change how you think, if you are feeling a little bit of hope, then please make sure you subscribe or follow this podcast. You will not want to miss what is coming next. We have so much more to explore together. Principle 3, think in English, rewire your brain. This next principle is a game changer. It is the difference between being a good student and being a true speaker. As long as you are translating in your head, you will never be truly fluent. It is impossible. Think about what happens when you translate. First, you have a thought in your native language. Second, your brain works hard to translate that thought into English. It searches for words and grammar. Third, you finally speak the English sentence. This process has a middleman, the translator in your head. And this translator is slow and clumsy. It makes real, fluid, fast conversation impossible. To become fluent, you must do something radical. You must cut out the middleman. You must fire the translator in your head. The new process looks like this. First, you have a thought in English. Second, you speak. It is direct. It is fast. It is natural. This is how native speakers operate. But how do you do this? It sounds so difficult. You cannot just decide to think in English one day. You are right. It is a skill, and it is a habit. And like any new habit, you build it slowly. You start small. Very, very small, moment by moment. Here is how you start. Today, start with single words. As you go about your day, look at the things around you and name them in your head, but only in English. You're sitting at your desk. You look at your computer. In your head, you think computer. You look at your cup. You think cup. You look out the window. You think window, tree, sky. The important rule is do not say the word in your language first. Do not think kai ban and then table. Just see the object and let the English word appear in your mind. Table. Do this for a few days. It only takes a second. You can do it anywhere. Chair, door, book, phone, pen. Once that feels a little more comfortable, you move to the next level. Simple sentences. Very simple. You start to narrate your life in your head, like you are the star of your own movie, and you are the narrator. You wake up in the morning, you think, I am waking up. I am tired. This is my bed. You are making coffee. You think, I am making coffee. I need coffee. I like coffee. You are walking down the street. You think, I am walking now. That is a blue car. The sun is bright today. I am hungry. These are just simple internal thoughts inside your head. There is no pressure. No one can hear you. No one can judge you. It is a safe space to practice. You are building a new habit. You are creating a small English world inside your mind. Next, you can create a bigger English world outside your mind. This is called creating an immersion environment. Immersion means you surround yourself with English. A very easy way to do this is with your technology. Take your phone, go to the settings, and change the language to English. Do the same for your computer and your social media apps. Change them all to English. At first, it will feel very strange. It might be difficult for a day or two. You might feel lost. That is okay. That is normal. But you will be amazed at how quickly you adapt. You will learn the necessary vocabulary very fast, not by studying a list, but through pure context. You know where the send button is. Now you will see the word send every day. You will learn it naturally. This constant passive exposure to English forces your brain to start operating in English. It makes English normal. It makes English part of your daily life. This is how you begin to rewire your brain. Principle 4. Play your way to fluency. The power of entertainment. Your brain gets bored easily. It does not like doing the same dry, repetitive tasks again and again. This is why so many people give up learning English. They associate it with work, with tedious textbook exercises, with boring grammar drills. Their brain just says, no more. This is not fun. The solution is very simple. You must make it fun. Let me say that again. If you are not having fun learning English, you are doing it wrong. Learning should be a joyful experience. So, how do you make it fun? You integrate English into your entertainment, the things you already love to do. We talked about watching movies and TV shows. This is one of the best ways to learn. Start with English audio and subtitles in your own language. Then, move to English audio with English subtitles. You will be amazed at how much you learn. You will learn natural expressions, slang, jokes, the way real people talk, things you will never, ever find in a textbook. Eventually, you will try watching with no subtitles at all. Don't worry if you only understand 50. That is a huge success. Binge watching your favorite series is no longer a guilty pleasure. It is a language lesson. What about music? Do you love music? Find English-speaking artists that you love. It does not matter what genre. Pop, rock, hip-hop, country. Listen to the songs. Then go online and look up the lyrics. Read the lyrics while you listen. Try to sing along, even if you have a terrible voice like me. Music is fantastic for learning. It teaches you the rhythm of the language, the flow, the melody. It is called prosody. This is something grammar books cannot teach you. What about reading? Many schools give students graded readers. These are simple books for learners, but sometimes they are very boring. If they bore you, forget them. Read something you are genuinely curious about. Do you love fantasy? Read Harry Potter. Yes, it will be hard at first, but if you love the story, you will be motivated. Read a biography of a celebrity you admire. Read a blog about your favorite hobby. Read about a country you want to visit. When you are captivated by a story or by information you want to know, you will absorb vocabulary and grammar without even realizing you are studying. It feels like magic. Now, I want to teach you a very powerful technique. You can combine this with watching movies or listening to podcasts. This technique is called shadowing. It is very simple. It means you act like a shadow or an echo. Here is how you do it. You listen to a short audio clip of a native speaker. Just one sentence. Then you pause the audio. And you immediately repeat the sentence out loud. You try to imitate the speaker exactly like you are an actor. You copy their pronunciation. You copy their rhythm. You copy their intonation, the music of their voice. Does their voice go up at the end of the sentence or down? You copy that. It's like tracing a drawing. You are tracing the sounds of English with your own voice. You are building muscle memory in your mouth, your tongue, and your lips. You are teaching your mouth how to make English sounds. Just a few minutes of shadowing every day, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, can dramatically improve your accent and your fluency. It feels a little strange at first, but it is incredibly effective. Principle 5, the courage engine. Embrace imperfection. This is our final principle. But in many ways, it is the most important one. It is the foundation for everything else. You can have the best why. You can have the most fun methods. But if you do not have courage, you will stay silent. Courage is the engine that makes everything work. The fear of making mistakes is the single biggest obstacle to fluency. I believe this 100. It is the wall that stops so many learners. This fear comes from perfectionism. It comes from the fear of being judged. We wait. We tell ourselves, I am not ready to speak yet. I need to learn more vocabulary. My grammar is still too bad. I will speak when I feel ready. But my friend, I have to tell you a secret. That day will never come. You will never feel 100 ready. Never. Fluency is not born from perfection. It is not born from waiting. Fluency is born from a mountain of mistakes. A huge, beautiful mountain of mistakes. You must radically change how you see mistakes. You must reframe your relationship with them. A mistake is not a failure. A mistake is not a sign of weakness. A mistake is data. It is information. It is a signpost on your journey. It points to something you can improve. And most importantly, a mistake is proof. It is evidence. It is proof that you are trying. It is evidence of your courage. Think about this. Who learns faster? Student A. This student sits in the back of the class. They are silent. They are afraid to say anything. They make 0 mistakes. Student B. This student jumps into every conversation. They try to speak. They make 20 mistakes. They get corrected on a few of them. They laugh, and they try again the next day. Who learns faster? It is not even a contest. It is student B, of course, by a million miles. There is something called the spotlight effect. Psychologists use this term. It is the feeling that everyone is watching you, that there is a big spotlight on you. And this spotlight highlights all your flaws, all your mistakes. When you make a grammar mistake, you feel like everyone noticed. Everyone is thinking, wow, their English is terrible. But the truth is, this is not real. It is just a feeling in your mind. No one is judging you as harshly as you are judging yourself. Most native speakers are not thinking about your grammar. They are not grading you. They are just happy. They are happy that you are making the effort to speak their language. They are impressed by your courage. So how do we build this courage? Courage is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. You build courage by taking action. Small actions. So I want to give you a practical challenge. A fun challenge. Are you ready? For 1 week, just 1 week, make it your goal to make 100 mistakes in English. Yes, you heard me right. Your goal is to make mistakes. Actively seek them out. Try to use a new word you are not sure about. Try to use a new tense you just learned. Jump into a conversation. By making mistakes the goal, you take away their power. You remove the fear. You turn fear into a fun game. Remember our two engines. Knowledge is one engine. It is a small one. It gets you to the starting line of the race. But courage is the big engine. Courage is what makes you run the race and win it. Section 4, your action plan. The first 30 days. Okay, we have talked a lot. Theory is great. Ideas are wonderful. But transformation, real change, only happens through action. So I have created a simple plan for you, a 30-day plan. This plan is designed to get you out of the grammar trap and to start building your courage engine. The goal here is consistency, not intensity. That means it is better to do a little bit every day than to do a lot one day and then nothing for a week. Small daily habits create massive, amazing results over time. Are you ready to commit to 30 days? You can do this. Let's go. Week 1, the Mindset Shift Immersion Foundation. This first week is all about changing your mind and your environment. Find your why. This is your most important task. Take a piece of paper and a pen, or open a new note on your phone. Spend 30 minutes with no distractions. Write down exactly why you want to learn English. Be specific. Not just for a better job. What job? What will it feel like? Maybe your why is to watch my favorite movie, The Avengers, without subtitles. To understand all of Taylor Swift's song lyrics. To make new friends from other countries when I travel. To be able to help my child with their English homework. Write down your real emotional reasons. Then put this list somewhere you can see it every single day. On your bathroom mirror, as your phone's wallpaper. This list is your fuel. When you feel tired, you will look at it and remember your dream. Digital immersion. This one might feel scary, but you must do it. Today, right now. Change the language on your phone to English. Do it. I will wait. Okay, did you do it? Good. I'm proud of you. This is a courageous step. It will feel weird for a few days. You might feel a little lost. That is okay, but you will adapt very quickly. I promise. This single action is so powerful. Start thinking just for 5 minutes every day. That's it. 5 minutes. Set a timer on your Now English phone. And for those 5 minutes, just narrate your world in your head. Remember simple sentences. I am sitting. This is a chair. I see a bird. The bird is small. I feel happy. There is no pressure. It's just for you. This is the first step to building your new Think in English habit. Week 2, the listening input phase. This week, we open our ears to the sounds of English. Choose an English podcast you think is interesting, or a TV series on Netflix, or YouTube videos about your hobby, something you enjoy. Your task is to listen or watch for at least 20 minutes every day. Here's the rule. Do not worry about understanding every word. That is not the goal. Just let the sounds of English wash over you. Get your ear used to the rhythm and flow of the language. This is like putting your feet in the water before you start swimming. Active shadowing. Remember our shadowing technique? This week you will try it. Take a very short clip from what you listened to, maybe just 1 or 2 minutes. Find a clip with a clear speaker. For just 5 minutes each day, practice shadowing. Listen to one sentence. Pause. Repeat it out loud. Try to copy the speaker's music. It will feel funny. You might laugh at yourself. That is a good thing. Music in English. Create a new playlist on your phone or music app. Call it My English Playlist. Find 10 English songs that you like. Listen to this playlist when you are commuting or cleaning or exercising. Each day, choose one new song. Look up the lyrics, read them, and try to sing along loudly. Week 3, the courageous speaking phase. Okay, deep breath. This is the week. This week, you step into the arena. It will be scary. I know, and that is the whole point. We are building the courage muscle. Find a partner. Your task is to find one human being to talk to, just one. There are many free language exchange apps and websites, like Tandem or Hello Talk. You can find someone who wants to learn your language, and they can help you with English. Your goal this week is just to sign up and find one person. Send a message. Hi, I'm learning English. Can you help me? Schedule your first conversation. This is the big one. Schedule one conversation, just one, and make it short. 15 minutes. That's all. To make it less scary, prepare a little. Write down 3 simple topics or questions. What did you do today? What are your hobbies? What kind of food do you like? This is your safety net. During the call, I want you to remember one thing. Your only goal is to communicate and to listen. That's it. Not to be perfect. If you make a mistake, who cares? Keep talking. If you forget a word, don't panic. Describe it. If you forget the word key, you can say, it's the thing you use for a door to open the door. It's small and made of metal. This is communication. This is success. After the call, no matter how it went, you must do one thing. Congratulate yourself. Celebrate, not for your correctness, but for your incredible courage. You did something brave. That is a huge victory. Week 4, the integration consistency phase. This week is about making these new habits stick. Continue with your small daily habits. Keep going. 5 minutes of thinking in English. 20 minutes of listening to something fun. 5 minutes of shadowing. Consistency is the key to everything. Schedule a second conversation. You did it once. You can do it again. Schedule another conversation with your partner, maybe for 20 minutes this time. For this conversation, try to talk about something you watched or listened to during the week. I saw a movie last night. It was about a superhero. I listened to a podcast about cooking. It was interesting. This connects your input listening with your output speaking. Write imperfectly. Get a notebook. This will be your imperfect English journal. Each night before you go to sleep, write 2 or 3 sentences in English about your day. Do not worry about grammar. Do not worry about spelling. Just get your thoughts out. Today was a good day. I talked to my friend. I eat pizza. Perfect. That is a success. This is another way to practice thinking in English. after these 30 days? Will you be perfectly fluent? No, of course not. But you will have fundamentally, completely changed your relationship with English. You will have broken free from the grammar trap. You will have proven to yourself that you can communicate. You will have shown yourself that you are courageous. You will have discovered the real path to fluency. It is a path of active, courageous participation, not passive, fearful study. And you will be on your way. For so many years, I believed that my inability to speak English was my fault, a personal failure. I thought I was not smart enough or not disciplined enough. I was trapped by the myth that fluency is a reward for mastering grammar rules, a prize at the end of a long, hard test. But the journey to fluent, confident English is not a straight line. It is not a perfect, clean path. It is a messy path. It is filled with mistakes and frustration and days when you want to give up. But it is also filled with wonderful things. It is filled with connection, with laughter, with the joy of understanding a joke in another language, with the thrill of making a new friend, with exhilarating breakthroughs. And that beautiful journey does not start when you know all the rules. It does not start when you feel ready. It starts the moment you gather a little bit of courage. The courage to open your mouth and speak. One imperfect sentence. So please, stop waiting to be ready. You are ready right now, exactly as you are. Stop trying to be perfect. Aim to be real. Aim to be understood. Stop calculating. Start communicating. The bridge to fluency is not built with the heavy bricks of grammar rules. It is built with something much lighter and stronger. It is built with the bonds of human connection. One brave, messy, imperfect sentence at a time. You can do this. I believe in you. If this episode has changed how you think about learning English, if it has given you a little spark of hope, then please take a moment to hit the like button or to subscribe. It truly helps other learners find this safe space. And now I have a question for you. It is time to make a commitment. Right here. Right now. What is the one courageous thing you will do this week to practice your English? Just one small thing. Will you change your phone language? Will you find a language partner? Will you record yourself speaking for 30 seconds? Will you try the shadowing technique? Show. Let me know in the comments below. Write it down. Make that promise to yourself. Take that first small, brave step. Thank you so much for your time and your trust today. It was an honor to share this with you. Keep going, be kind to yourself, and see you next time, my friend. Bye.